Hey, it's day 153 of Hey, What Are You Doing Today? Um, so anyway, I've noticed, and I've mentioned in the last couple of videos that I've noticed I've been falling off a little bit over the last couple of days, almost maybe even close to a week at this point. And I could feel myself slipping. I could feel my concentration uh, becoming less and less. I could, I knew that there was something going on, and today I kind of discovered the catalyst. Just randomly it came to me, and as silly as it sounds, I mentioned a couple videos back that as a way of kind of measuring my progress, I picked up the trumpet, and I decided I was going to start investing some time in that every day, and seeing, watching the progress from that, learning the instrument, and slowly being able to play the instrument. And it's a with anything, when something is new and fresh to me, it's very foreign. And it's like you stand at the bottom of the mountain looking at the top, wondering how you're going to make it up there, kind of thing. And when I first got it, couldn't even get a sound out of it. That's how backwards it was to me. And but anyway, the point that I'm getting to is, I was coming home every day, and I would just invest maybe 5 or 10, maybe 15 minutes into practicing, and trying to learn how to get the sound to come out correctly, and the fingering positions, and how to, just my initial goal is just to get through a complete scale, the C scale, and learn how all the notes are, and kind of get a feeling for the different pressure and the different formation of the lips when you're playing the trumpet. But what happened was, I was picking it up pretty regularly, and then one day went by, I didn't pick it up, and that one day turned into like 5 or 6 days that I didn't pick it up. And at the same time, I'd started lifting weights, just nothing too mind-boggling, but just throwing some dumbbells around when I got home from work. And those two things were hand in hand. The playing the trumpet, practicing the trumpet for a little bit, and throwing some weights around for a second. Well, both those things kind of terminated at the same point. They started off strong, and then I missed a day, and that day turned into 5 or 6 days. Well, this morning I had a little bit of time, and I saw the trumpet, and I picked up the trumpet, and started messing around with it again. And there's a little mute device, something that fits in the end of the trumpet, and I noticed that when I got it, it was more difficult for me to try to create a sound with the mute device in than it was just to have the device out. So trumpet's a pretty loud instrument, and when somebody's trying to learn it, it's can be quite annoying, as most instruments can be. However, it was early morning, so I left the mute device in. And that was the thing too. That was in the back of my mind. I was getting home late, and I was practicing. I either have the option to practice the trumpet at about 7 o'clock in the morning, or about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Seems to be a pretty regular time for it. So it's not the best time to be playing the trumpet. It echoes through the house and through the neighborhood, and just some sense of concern for the neighbors. Probably not the best idea to be practicing those times of day. However, this morning I picked it up, and with the mute in it, was able to get the notes out, which there was an accomplishment there. And then I also was able to take it to the next highest note, which it's pretty easy to get through the first 3 or 4 notes, but it's the higher notes that are a little bit more of a struggle to me. But immediately, those two things gave me such a sense of accomplishment that I stopped, and all of a sudden my whole attitude changed, my whole outlook changed, and it brought everything back. It was a huge catalyst. I'd noticed that by missing the trumpet, by missing the part of my schedule that was to lift a couple weights, next thing I know, I wasn't as focused on my running. I was still getting the runs in, but I wasn't, I'm not done. My thing was to concentrate on speed and getting faster and faster, and here I am getting slower and slower. My runs, not just lost the motivation for them. I'm still doing them, but I've lost motivation. My attention to diet has been a little bit off the last couple days, but it all comes from that one little element of lack of focus. Also, my some of my willpower challenges had gone by the wayside too, and it just came from letting that go by in my day, letting that trumpet go by in my day. As silly as that sounds, that was the catalyst that because there was that element of defeat that I didn't practice that thing that I had set up as a daily task. That led to the weights not being lifted. That led to diet not being too much of a concern. That led to the runs not being very powerful, not being very motivated. The whole motivation in general was just collapsing under that one little thing, and it's a subconscious thing. I knew that I wasn't doing it. I knew that that I was letting it go, and I knew that it was getting away from me. And just that one little subconscious sense that was the thing that was getting away from me kind of let everything else go a little bit too. And like I said, I maintained it, but I could sense that there was something missing, something slipping. And it's funny that it all came back when I picked up the trumpet this morning and went through, started retraining myself for the scales that I was working on, and all of a sudden it all came back. And then I wanted to run, I wanted to learn, I wanted to eat correctly, I wanted to stay on the path, I wanted to, all that drive all of a sudden just came back. So so it's just kind of an interesting comment that I woke up to today, an interesting comment on when I do set goals. What causes me to fall off, or to let myself go, or what it really comes down to is if I let just a little bit of slack off the reins, I mean, it's the whole cart goes loose. So I really need to pay attention to that. If I'm letting something go on one side of it, it's going to affect everything. So I need to be aware of that, and I need to focus on that. I need to concentrate on that. So it was a nice lesson to be learned that just gotta keep the reins tight at all times. I really do, or else it just gets away and everything will shake loose. So hopefully that little that last couple days were everything has its benefit. I guess that's what the point is. Well, one of the points that I'm talking about is, even though I went through a couple days where I was feeling not quite 100%, or whatever the case might be, lack of a little bit of motivation, taking things a little bit easier, it gave to me this lesson of maintain it at all times. I mean, if I really want to break out of this situation that I'm in my life, it's totally up to me and how I control it. And if I allow some weakness to come into me and my situation, that weakness is going to penetrate me and the situation that I have, and it's going to have an effect on everything. So it's up to me to stay focused, really, when it comes down to it, and realize that even the littlest, most minuscule thing, the golf was another thing that I've just let it go. Now, I'm hungry. I know that I need that discipline. Just, even though it's a kind of a diversion in a sense. It's not there's not a super high value that comes from playing golf, but the value in it is understanding that I'm I'm a below novice. I'm so new to it and so novice at it that I need to see the structure of working on it. I need that structure of working on it and getting better. Same with the trumpet. I need that structure of working on it and getting better to demonstrate the ability to learn and achieve something and work on something. So even though these are kind of off-topic subjects as far as what I'm really trying to accomplish, they're huge elements of that lesson of sticking to it and maintaining and growing and achieving something. And it's something that in what I'm doing, it's nice to have an outside element that I can watch and measure and grow and focus on, so that I can see that progress, so that I can know that progress, and in that I can register the progress that I'm making with myself, things that I can't really measure, but I'm aware of. But however, what I can do is use this as an outside element to know that, hey, if every day I'm investing this time in myself, and growing myself to be stronger, more intelligent, more spiritual, more aware, more all those elements of things that I can't really measure. I know that by seeing the growth that I'm having with learning to play the trumpet or learning to play golf, that I can that's a direct reflection of the measurement that I need. So it's kind of funny how those things came to me. But again, it all comes down to what I truly believe is that that ether just, you know, giving us exactly what we need at the exact right amount of time, so that you know, if we really want something, it's going to provide everything as we need it, when we need it, and let me develop in the way that I need to develop. And these are things that just came into my life randomly. You know, if you had asked me 6 months ago, do you want to learn the trumpet, I would look at you like, no, why would I want to learn the trumpet? You know, but it's come to me. Do you want to play golf? No, I don't know. But okay, now, yeah, now it's interesting to me. It's intriguing to me. It's something that I can overcome. You know, the inability, the incapacity to do these things is something that I can overcome and feed off of. And then, you know, the benefit, there's eventually, once I can play golf, or once I can play the trumpet to some extent, there's going to be an enjoyability in it. You know, right now they're not the most enjoyable things. But the enjoyment is watching the progress and seeing the progress, and I'm at the stages in both of them where I can probably see pretty quick progress just by learning and doing it every day, and that's kind of the same stage that I'm at with this these changes that I'm trying to make in myself. So anyway, that was a catalyst. Hey, 153. Hey, what are you doing today? Thanks.